Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Expanse reaction. This is Haarute Live, and my name is Matt. Okay, so last time on The Expanse, a lot of bullshit happened. We had Admiral Souther finally get the message from the Hammurabi. I think that was the name. Sorry, I forgot to open the TXT. I'm gonna open it real quick. But so the guy that we let go the other like 2 episodes ago, what was his name? I have it around here. Sinopoli. He got back to the Hammurabi, or went to the Hammurabi, I suppose, because they weren't part of it. And the Hammurabi has this cool ass commander lady, or captain, or whatever. Her name, I believe, is Sandrine Quirino, maybe. And he gave her the message that Abasarala gave him, which is the comms that were recorded at Jupiter's small ship, where Aaron Wright just lets it all out. So they have that information, and with that information, the captain decided to send that message to Souther. Souther sees it, and then he's like, okay, I gotta corroborate this with Kotiar, which is the dude they've been keeping in the Agatha King as like a prisoner, and then he is like, okay, this is true, this is real shit. All right, so then both ships are going to Io, and they're getting in a position when there's gonna be a fight, and the Hammurabi gets in range where they could shoot, but they don't. At which point they go like, they are clearly giving us like a chance. They're clearly like trying to test where we stand, if we're honorable people or not. And Gwen, which is the one in command, because he has higher rank, so he can assume command, he's like, no, we're shooting them. We're fucking them up. So then Souther goes like, all right, fuck you. And a fight happens in the Agatha Gang, and because Souther has a lot of people that are loyal to him, both in the fleet as well as within the Agatha Gang, so a bunch of people just start pointing guns at each other. Souther goes, okay, give me comms link to every ship on the fleet, everyone, both sides, and then goes, okay, so I'm assuming direct control from Gwen, who I am charging with the crime, like the crime of like fighting an illegitimate war or some shit like that. And I will now be. We're not gonna fight, and I'm now gonna be sending proof to every ship on the fleet. And then the fight actually happens, like a guard gets free, and then Gwen gets free or whatever, and then Gwen just shoots Souther through the heart. Just one shot, clean, and he's dead. Sucks. But the fact that he sent that before he died, like right before he died, like he was talking as he died, meant that the entire like fleet, or maybe not the entire fleet, but like at least 2 ships in the fleet, but like the fleet was actually still ignoring Gwen's commands. So then Gwen just shot one of them, the Jimenez, I believe. He just shot and destroyed one of them. And then just more fight happened inside the Agatha Gang, because people were like, fuck you. So then Gwen's people and Souther's people just started fighting, and it just like everyone died. Like there was only like 3 people left in that room, some shit like that. But then Gwen realizes, well, the ship, the fleet, the like UN fleet is loyal to Souther, because everyone thinks that Souther was like the coolest guy ever, and they believe him, they trust him. So then they just go, fuck this guy, we're just gonna do whatever. Mars sends this message saying like, okay, because Mars can see that they're firing on each other, so they go like, okay, some shit is happening. And they also heard like Souther's comm. So the commander, I believe she's a fleet commander of the Hammurabi, again her name Quirino. So Quirino goes, okay, so she talks to the Mars fleet, and she goes like, okay, don't shoot them. If they want to fire on each other, let them, but don't shoot them. Don't just swoop in. We need to see what happens here. And then she goes, okay, so any Earth UN like ship that wants to come to our side and will, like, if it just wants to come over here, will not be fired upon, and if if it is in need of help, it will be provided to them. It will be considered that this ship is a peaceful ship and is flying under like a flag of truce, so it will not be fired upon, and it will be given help required. That was awesome. That was like an awesome thing to do, and I'm just like I'm super excited because I really like. So I hate the war storyline, but what makes it is that we can have like a Gundam-esque fuck this war. We're all part of the war and we realize it's fucking bullshit, and we all individually decide to group up and stop the war. Just no sides, just like, we're stopping this war, we're stopping the conflict, which is kind of where I hope it goes. But what I'm worried now is because so Gwen got given control of the hybrids that they were arming in like missiles in Io, which is where like Jupiter Mao is, where the other guy, the guy that looks like Tony Hawk, what was his fucking name? Strickland is in, where May is in. We have we got confirmation that they're there? I think we have. I think that is confirmed, but it would be like a twist if like they like the Rosie group breaks in, because they're there at the door. If the Rosie group breaks in and it's just not the place at all, if it was just like a completely different planet, like that would be fun. But yeah, they gave the control of the hybrid missiles to Gwen before like a minutes before, and then he's like, all right, this is time to use it. So he just goes and just fires all the hybrid missiles, and that's where the episode ended. And it was like, I said like 30, it was maybe more than that. It was like maybe like 100 of them. Like it was a lot of like hybrid missiles. So he just starts shooting. Anyway, he's just like, anyway, started blasting. So he shoots a bunch of hybrid missiles, and it's like, okay, what now? Right? Because one of those things is already a problem. And he's shooting at them, and I'm like, where is he shooting them? And what I'm wondering is, well, I would think that he's shooting at the fleet. Like he's shooting at like all the warships that are, so there's the Mars ships, and then there's the actual like Earth ships that are deserting to him. So he's just gonna shoot at all of them. He could also be shooting at like planets. He could actually shoot at like stations or some shit. I don't know what his plan is. But yeah, he just shot a bunch of them. The Rosie crew is literally at the door of the facility at Io. May is about to be proto-moleculed up. Like maybe we got here like 5 minutes too late, which would be tragic, but we'll see how that goes. Gunny is with us. Gunny is with the Rosie crew. She's a badass. She's not the leader, but she's our powerhouse. Like she's both the tank, the DPS, and the support. Well, she's not the support, but there's no really support here. Like there's no healer in this D&D party. But Gunny would be like, what would she be? Would she be like the barbarian of the group? That would kind of make sense. But she just has like the most experience and the most like, and the better gear and the more levels and the more abilities. It's just like it's just a high level party member, right? But yeah, so that is happening on the Rose's side of things. That is happening on the Mars conflict side of things. We haven't seen anything from like Anna, Esteban, and Aaron Wright, but we might this episode. I've also been told that apparently this episode is the final episode that covers the second book. And apparently the third book is just this half season that is remaining. So the second half of this season is just going to be like fucking wild. It's just going to go nuts because it's just like, all right, we don't have the time, just crunch it. Just crunch it all in like 6 episodes. And it's like, okay, that would be really fun because I love when things move fast. I just want every episode to just have as much shit in it as possible. That's something I love. So I hope they do that. They did that with. So an example I immediately think of is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 Diamond is Unbreakable, which is, it was like really long in manga form, in like the original material comic book. It was like really long. It was like one of the longest shit I've ever read. And then when they adapted into TV, they made it like really short. They made it like so much shorter than the previous version. And they rushed through so many things, and they just got so many things that weren't really necessary, and it just helped so much. It just made, like, I didn't like it initially, and then I loved it, and it was entirely because it moved faster. So I hope that the second half of season is gonna be something like that. But anyway, first of all, we need to finish this half of season. So yeah, I think we may begin. So, The Expanse Season 3, Episode 6. Let's go.
Our own ships firing on one another? What the fuck is going on out there?
Yeah. So that's like 7 of them that I just saw just now. And we had a lot more and I can still hear them still launching. How many of them are gonna be out there?
I don't have a clear shot of the launcher.
I can only shoot the pods out once they're in the air.
God damn, then do that! We're running low on ammo. That hit a ship. Which ship? It's a lot, dude. Okay, there we go. No more ammo.
They're stealth tech. The Rosie contract.
They're just out there.
Mars. They're going to Mars. Aaron Wright owns him, and this is his war.
Okay.
They have to be going to Mars.
If any of those things get down to the cities,
It's gonna be
really impossible to stop.
Yes.
It's over. Order everyone not to fight. No reason to get anyone else killed.
But we can't just hand everything over to them. I think it's premature to hand over all your work when we still have options.
Is the
options?
We're gonna use Katoa to fight for us. That's what he's gonna say. We're gonna send a boss fight to them.
Get to our ships and launch.
Why wouldn't they just shoot us down?
We'll tell them we have children on board.
Tell everyone on that side of the station that the Martians intend to kill us all. Fight for their lives. They'll get slaughtered, sir. Would you rather go with them?
Who? That's the Arvogas, isn't it? What? Oh, okay. That was the Arvogas and Katoa was seeing it. I'm sure this is Katoa, yeah. Yeah, he's gonna sick Katoa on the Rosie crew. He's gonna send a boss fight to them. I hope we don't lose anyone here.
You ever get cramped in that thing?
You kind of grow into it.
Like a plant.
Grew a watermelon in a box once for a science project. Came out square.
They're whistling in the dark.
Take cover first and shoot!
Yeah.
Gotta count!
Clear.
Wow. She just stood there, she looked at them, and she went 4, pop, 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 pop. Done. Oh. Is half the ship just blue? Yeah, I think he's fucking done. Well, Sally was already dead, so... Oh yeah, but Kotiar's still in it, I forgot. Oh, he's been taken over. He's been taken over by it. Good job. Okay, I suppose that does it.
What the hell happened here?
We were fired on. We got hauled below decks and my damage control team. We go down there to help out and we see this blue shit everywhere. And
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it, I got some of it on me.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh, what is this shit?
Let me loose, I'll help you.
No. If he lets you loose, you're gonna kill her.
It's called protomolecule.
You're absolutely gonna kill her.
It's bad.
Just tell me.
It kills everything it touches, and it cannot be stopped.
So I'm...
I mean, if we remove your leg and your arm, I suppose. She freed you, didn't she? That was a surprisingly accurate shooting, but appreciated.
We have to try to stop the infection on this ship from spreading.
It's too late.
Half the ship is gone, dude.
I don't even know what we're fighting for.
I'm wondering, did they shoot at you with raw protomolecule that spreads, or did they shoot at you with a hybrid? Because if it is a hybrid, then there is a boss fight somewhere in the ship. If it's not, it means that it's just protomolecule spreading. Which is equal, it's bad, but it's not a boss fight. Oh no, Katoa. Boss fight.
It's a hybrid.
Fall back to the Rossi.
No,
Wait,
the
what?
kids are down that way. Go get them.
You can't.
I'll lead it away.
She's gonna fight it alone? She's gonna solo this boss fight? She's running at it! Holy shit. I love her so much. Look at this fucking badass.
This won't bring back your dead Marines.
Man, for the first time in your life, please just shut the fuck up!
Woo! That's not gonna do anything. Okay, she's being more tactical now. She's chasing it to a different place, so it doesn't follow the others.
There was a mass missile launch from the surface of Io. And every ship in the AO except the Agatha King was firing at them.
What's the target?
We don't know, sir.
Literally everything.
We lost track of the missiles as they left Io.
Thought you'd left.
I have one more thing to do.
Oh, please show him the message. But then I'm worried about what's gonna happen to them.
So you don't give a shit anymore.
I am not. I want to refresh your memory. The words you said all those years ago. Just another protest, you said. No greater symbol for our cause than walking into a military base, arm in arm. It's no big deal. We'd faced the cops before. But you knew they had orders to fire on the crowd. It takes a few martyrs to really solidify a movement, doesn't it?
Your words, turn them into martyrs.
Yes. That's my shame. But all those people who died for what we believed, I never imagined they would only be the first in a long line for you. This time,
You're staying to stop it.
I'm not walking away. This time, you're going to do the right thing.
Yes.
Time is short and I'll be brief. Martian Defense Minister Korshinov suffered a fatal heart attack earlier this evening.
May, there she is.
She can't be far.
Go, move.
Let's keep looking.
They didn't inject her, did they? We don't know that. They haven't resolved that. So the fact that they haven't resolved that makes you think that maybe they did. Oh, I like that. I like that super jump shit. Good positional advantage.
Got it.
Calling on stay on computer duty. There he is. Mr. Bastard himself.
Here who should know.
I'm gonna fly it up to the Agatha King. I'm gonna find a way to stop those pods.
Oh, shit.
You can't do it alone. Keep an eye on our people.
I will.
Alex is going with Naomi. Holy shit, okay. A lot of shit is happening, dude. Like, oh my god, there's a lot happening. It doesn't do anything. You do have, like, I was gonna say, you have greater maneuverability, but I'm not sure about that. Low battery power? Are you kidding me? Shit. Ugh. That would probably hurt. Well, I'm sure the suit has some kind of padding. Okay, what is this gonna be?
I meant every word I said. You just admitted to treason. Was he always like that?
Like what?
Spineless, weak, dignified face with nothing behind it. He doesn't care about treason. That's just him parroting you because you talked to him last. Now we have a chance to assure the future of the Earth, and he's shitting himself because he's afraid the history books won't be flattering enough.
He's changing for the better.
If you've got anything to say to me, this is the last chance you're gonna get. I fought to save Earth, and you fought to save yourself. The planet deserves better than you. Secretary Ehrenreich is under arrest for treason. Get him out of my sight.
He's out. This mug son of a bitch. Is she proud of you for like first time in like 20 years?
My legacy was gonna be a catastrophic war. With millions dead. That's all on Aaron right now. Thank you.
I mean, not all of it, but yeah, he kind of shifted the blame a little bit with that. And those people are still dead, so he was a little bit right in saying that he cares about his legacy a lot more than he probably should.
You'll be safer in here.
Shut the no, he's gonna...
Of course.
He's gonna...
Keep the children for our freedom. Or we open the doors to outside.
Yeah. He's gonna fucking taunt them with like... No, kill her too.
It's okay. It's okay. I got her. The children are safe. Don't shoot.
Oh, you piece of human feces!
Prax?
He knows you.
Oh, thank God it's you.
Where's May?
She's here. She's right here.
May. May.
Daddy.
I'm worried. Amos, don't take your eyes off of him. Don't take your eyes off of him. Did they already make it back to the Agatha King? I suppose they did.
I thought it only infected living things.
No, it does not.
Learn some new tricks pulling ships apart.
That is true. That is true. It didn't used to. It went after like engines and shit. Are they gonna rescue Kotiar? This ship is only a 2-seater though. Oh, I'm worried. I'm really worried. The Razor Rack's only a 2-seater.
Don't shoot. I'm unarmed.
You have no idea how much I want to shoot your ass, you piece of shit.
Guess I shouldn't be surprised it's you.
Turn around. Kneel. Hands behind your head.
How'd you know to find me here?
We didn't.
We came to rescue the children.
The children.
Everything done here has been to stop what's happening on Venus.
Sacrificing children.
Did you stop the pods that were launched?
No, the Agatha King...
Then shut the fuck up.
You're worth nothing now. We're not gonna kill you right now. We're not gonna miller you. We're gonna take you prisoner.
They hurt you? I would never have let that happen.
Shut the fuck up!
Bazia's son.
Yeah, it is the dude.
They did something to him, and he got blue and sick.
She just doesn't understand.
Shut up!
Shut up. Yeah.
Did they hurt you like they hurt Katoa?
Did they do that?
No, seriously.
Did they do it?
Shut up.
Did they infect her with the blue shit?
Why didn't you come get me?
She didn't answer.
I'm sorry, May. This is Amos. He's my best friend in the whole world.
Aww.
He helped me find you.
Look at his face. Look at Amos's face.
With Amos for a minute?
He got really touched when he said that. What is he gonna do? I'm worried Prax is gonna die. And Amos is gonna become dad. Because that would be amazing for his character.
Just Strickland for a minute.
But I'm really worried about Prax. No, don't do this. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, fucking show.
I protected her. Even when I could have been shot for it. I've known May since she was a baby. She loves me.
Amos stopped them. Wow. Wow. That's awesome. Amos is that guy though. Amos is gonna do it. Please show me Amos just spacing him right now. Amos is that guy though. But I am that guy.
I am that guy.
Oh, I love that. I love the resolution to that shit. I love it so much. Prax, you're not that guy. You're not gonna do it.
He's not coming with us.
Me, however, I'm absolutely that guy. I don't give a shit. I'm worried because the Razorback is a 2-seater. So one of these two or Kotiar is gonna die. One of the three has to die.
You're wasting your time.
It is one.
They can't be stopped.
Gunny? Oh, her suit is damaged. Oh boy. This is just like last time. You're laying on the floor, all the way fucked up, and a hybrid is above you. Please be okay. The incendiary rounds that she got previously, maybe?
Come on, what are you waiting for?
What is he looking at? It's moving. Did that do anything? Oh god, it did. Please stop glowing. She took it out.
Emergency evacuation.
You did it. Course change.
That was just one.
Only one
Changing all
missile.
of them one at a time is going to take a while.
Oh my god. Kotiar!
In the vicinity of IO. Steer clear of the Agatha King. The ship is infected with a dangerous contagion.
Only way to stop it for sure.
Can Avasarala see this?
A nuclear explosion.
Oh.
So, I'm overloading their after core.
It was a mistake to come over here, wasn't it?
I can talk you out of this stupidity.
There's no talkback channel. He must have shut it off.
Oh god damn it.
I guess that makes us even.
I always thought I'd have something clever to say in this moment. I can't think of a fucking thing. Oh well.
Yeah, he's absolutely infected. He's out. He's gone. We need to leave, dude. Sending. Transport the sack. This should send the control of the pods to the Rosie or some shit. Alright, there we go. There goes the Agatha King. Goodbye, Cotiar. He already kind of did, I believe. But...
We couldn't reroute all the pods, but we were able to turn their transporters back on. Mars can target them now, but we're worried that they may not get them all. There's a way that we can shoot all the pods down before they reach Mars. Fred Johnson. He has the missiles he stole from Earth. He can destroy those pods. Tycho's near their flight path. He could kill a lot, maybe even all if we're lucky.
We're handing him another weapon.
It is true.
I want to do this, but we all have to agree.
She's actually talking to everyone this time.
Alright. I'm in.
Alex is in. Amos is like... Hold on, it's like there's no other way, we have to. Okay, we all agreed this time.
I think I might have a way for the belt to strengthen his position as an equal player in the system, and also do some good.
She's fine. Good. Good job, Gunny. Good job. MVP. These are all the missiles. He's launching them in order to stop them. We just have Jupiter in our ship, and Christian Messerel is in it. Oh shit. Neil, bitch. Oh, you have your daughter back. I'm still worried. Is the end of episode Stinger gonna be like blue shit in her hands or something? Ah, I'm so happy for him. Oh yeah, you too as well. Okay, gratuitous ass shot.
You're not saying, are you?
She's gonna go to Fred.
It's time.
Are you gonna look for your son? All the missiles. And they're intercepting them. The Stealth-Tech hybrids. And the missiles are fucking nuclear, so they're gonna... And this is... Okay. This is Venus. What the fuck is that shit? Okay. Boy, oh boy. I love that. Okay. So the tree of life... The tree of blue life just emerged off of Venus.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah. Amos is taking care of the children. I love that. It's out in... Dude, this reminds me of Gundam 00 so much. I saw this shit in the Gundam 00 movie. That's my end of episode. You son of a fucking bitch. That's my end of episode. Okay, fair. You know what? Fair. Okay. This is our seasonal episode that is just full of shit. Isn't it? Like, we have a couple episodes like that sometimes. It doesn't happen very often, but this one is just full of stuff. So, in order to like fully digest everything that went down, I'm just gonna immediately jump to skimming through the episode. So the first scene is Esteban and Aaron Wright and everyone just finding out about what's happening with the Agatha King. They have like a half an hour delay, so they don't know exactly what's going on. It's also like very confusing and everything. So, okay. The Rosie crew sees all the missiles being launched, being like, oh my god. And then they go, Alex, fucking shoot them down. They go like, Alex, destroy the like launching site. And Alex goes like, I don't have a clear shot on that. I cannot. So then they go, fucking shoot the missiles as they go. So then he just shot the missiles until he ran out of ammo. And then it was like, well, shit, there's a bunch of them that still made it through, so fuck us. Now, a bunch of ships in the UN as well as Martian fleet did shoot some of those bots as well that are being launched. The thing is that those bots had stealth tech on them. Therefore, they still made it through because they are invisible. So they kept flying, and Christian goes, they're going for Mars. They're absolutely going for Mars because Earth launched them. Like, Earth had the like launching thing. Like, so she goes like, Jupiter Mars working for Aaron Wright, and this is Aaron Wright's war, and he wants to fuck over Mars. So this has to be like the destination has to be Mars. So then she goes like, all right, that's where they're heading. So then they are going to go like, okay, we need to stop them, but we don't have means of stopping them. Okay, do I go on a scene basis? No, I'm just gonna follow my train of thought. So then Alex just goes like, "Fuck it, we're going to the Agatha King, because that's where because Holden in the facility goes like, okay, so the launching codes went to the Agatha King, were transmitted to the Agatha King, so you cannot do anything from IO. So then Alex goes like, fuck it, we're taking the Razorback and we're going to the Agatha King to stop it. Naomi goes like, all right, I'll go with you because you can't do that shit alone. So both of them go in there, and Gwen is still alive. Everyone else seems to be dead. Gwen is still like alive, but he's like dying slowly, just on a chair, and he's just taunting them the entire time, just talking mad shit. But they go over there and they go like, all right, we need to stop them. And then they go like, all right, we cannot stop them, all of them at once. We cannot stop the launch. We have to stop them like one by one. So then they go like, that's gonna take a lot of time. They still like Naomi still like downloaded the control for those spots and transmitted them to herself, I suppose. And then they go like, okay, we need to send those to like Fred Johnson, because this is like the best we can do, because he can totally help us out. And in doing that, he can tell where they are. I didn't follow entirely what was going on here, but I think that having that tells them where they are, and then Fred Johnson can go like, all right, that's where they are, we're sending the missiles there, and then we're gonna intercept them, right? So and I like that she goes like, all right, this is like the only thing we can do. And I understand that this is some Fred Johnson bullshit again, like we're trusting him way too much on this shit, but like, listen, those spots, we have no way of stopping them. Like, we don't know where they are, we don't have anyone that can help us how to stop them. Fred Johnson has fucking like 30 nuclear warheads that he can use to fucking nuke them out of the sky. That's like the best thing we can possibly do, and it's gonna be bad for everyone if those get through to Mars. So we're just gonna ask him to do that for us. But I'm not just gonna send it to him. I'm gonna ask you guys if you are on board with this idea. Alex goes like, I'm in. Amos is like, it's worth a shot, and Holden is like, all right, let's do it. So all of them agreed, let's do it, which is, again, a really nice thing to bring up, because before Naomi just did it, this time she asked everyone for how they felt about it, and do we do it or not, and everyone agreed. So that was pretty nice. I like that. I like how that came around, especially since last episode she showed a lot of regret over the actions that she took. Well, not just the actions that she took, but the way she did it, right? So this time she was actually kept everyone in the loop. That was pretty cool. All right, let's roll it back. Let's roll it back a little bit. So in the Agatha King, Cotillard did become a player. I was wondering how he would become a player, but he became a player in the sense that so the Agatha King became a proto-molecule ship. Like it got fucked. Cotillard wakes up and it's like, oh, everything's fucked. Like the ship is just like, I hit myself in the head. I'm like floating. The gravity's off. The ship is just like there's an alarm going off and there's people screaming in the hallway. And then a girl breaks into a room and he helps her take out some dude. And she's like, I don't know what's happening. And then Cotillard tells her, this is what's happening, and you're also infected with it. And she's like, so I'm done. And he's like, yeah. So she helps him. She shoots at the like handcuffs and shit that he had or whatever, and she breaks him free. He gets a back suit, and he's like, all right, I'm just gonna go out there and see what I can do. And the only thing I can do is to just nuke the ship, just like overload the reactors or whatever. And it's like, if I do this, the ship is just gonna self-implode in nuclear energy, and that's just gonna take it out. And the Agatha King is just a proto-molecule ship at this point, so it needs to be taken out. There's nothing else that can be done here, so I'm gonna do it. And even Avasarala goes like, give me communications to him and I can talk him out of this stupidity. But then he's like, Naomi is like, no, he cut off the comms. Like, we cannot talk to him. He can only talk to us, to everyone. And then as he's dying, he sent like a message to Avasarala, which was, let me hear it again. Where was it? It was here near the end. He was talking to her, wasn't he? Like, directly. Well, Charampal,
I don't know what that means. Trample. I guess that makes us even. Because he always felt guilty for getting her son killed. I always thought I have something clever to say in this moment. You know, something pithy. Something ironic, memorable. But I can't think of a fucking thing. Yeah. Oh well. And he just dies. He just unplugs it, and he just has this face of like, well, I'm done. And then, yeah, and then Alex and Naomi have to make a run for it and leave. And they did. They managed to leave before it nuked itself. So that was cool. That was cool. So that's the end of Kotiar. He went out like a badass. Like, in the grand scheme of things, it might not have been like a big thing what he did, but he did take out a proto-molecule ship, which anything with proto-molecule in it is bad. So it's just like, nope, we have to go. Everyone has to go. And it did kill it kind of killed Gwen in the process, so sure. So that happened, but yeah, he blew himself up before being taken over, and he blew everyone that was taken over by it already too. So good job, Kotiar. He went out like a badass, no fear, just like, I'm out. And he also had some words for Christian at the end, so good on him. Okay, really neat back. So the team goes inside the Rosie crew goes inside of the facility at Io, and I love Gunny. Like, I really do. Gunny is like one of those characters that started in a really rough place, and she just became like the most awesome person on the team, just like gradually. Like, maybe, like, she's not necessarily nice. She's not one of the nice people. She's not like Alex. She's not like Prax. She's not like Anna. Sweet, beautiful, wonderful Anna. But she is like the tough guy on the team. But then Amos, because like Amos doesn't give a shit. She does give a shit. She actually does give a shit, but she's still like the toughest fighter on the team. She's the most experienced. She's the best geared. She's the best. And I like that she's on the front line with her suit. And I really like that moment at the very beginning when they shot a bunch of scientists that were firing at them. So Brack just goes in and Amos is like, motherfucker, just hide. Like, cover first, then shoot. So he kind of saves him there. And I like that Gunny just walked in, just stood still, look at them. They were just shooting at her, but the bullets are not going to do anything to her. So she just stood there, look at them, and then she goes like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. All right, room clear. Just like shot them through like the environment as well, and it was so like calm and just so profesh. So I love that, and I love that then they made it to a hallway, and then they go like, okay, so the kids are going that way. I feel something there. That's a hybrid. Shit, and then I think Holland was like, fall back to the Rosie, and then Gunny is like, no, I'm going to take it down. You guys go find the children. I'm going to fight that thing one-on-one. Because that's so fucking cool. Because they already fought one of those in the same gear that they had. Like, Gunny had that gear the last time, but she also had like 3 or 4, I don't remember how many, but 3 or 4 more people that also had that gear on with her as her team. And also a bunch of like other soldiers that were also fighting it. And it took out everyone. It just destroyed everyone. And it was like a 1 versus 10. It was like a 1 versus like 11. And it won. And everyone was super highly equipped. So it's like, okay, how is she gonna one-on-one this? And I'm not entirely sure how she did it, how she landed the final blow, but she did make use of her environment a lot, and I appreciate it. I really like that, because she ran towards it, and she, like, shot it, but then she was like, alright, thinking it better, I'm gonna go this direction, and it's gonna chase me, because I gain its attention. So I'm running this direction, it's gonna chase me, so it's not gonna chase the others, so it's not gonna go after them and the children, so they're gonna be safe, they're gonna be able to do their side of the mission, everything perfect, so it's gonna follow me. So I'm gonna go this direction, and then she goes into like a ladder, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go up there, she does like a super jump with her boosters, and then she shots it
at an angle, slows him down, but still gain its attention. She like taunts him a little bit, and then she keeps going up. She keeps doing the super jump to climb, and then the monster keeps following her. Then they go outside, and they're both like maneuvering a lot because she has like her awesome suit that allows for super jump and enhanced mobility. And the Caliban, it's a fucking Caliban. It's a hybrid, so you can just do all sorts of crazy shit as well. So they're both just jumping and grabbing to ledges and shit. And the whole time she keeps like shooting at it to slow him down, but to still make sure that it's following her. And she continues to do all that shit. But the thing is that none of her bullets really do anything to it. So I'm not sure I'm not sure how the final blow worked. Because, okay, so she does this. She actually... Okay, let me look at that scene again where they fall again. How did that happen? Was that part of the plan for her? When they fell? No, the Caliban grabbed her and threw her down, right? It just, like, leaped on her, and both of them fell. Oh, wait, give me a second. I'm looking at it again. I'm not sure if that is part of the plan or not. To fall like that, because here's the thing: is that I look at that scene again. She actually does have like a camera behind her, so when it is approaching her from behind, she can actually see it coming from behind, and then she turned around, and then it leaped on her, and both of them fell. I'm not sure if that was intended for her, but both of them fell. Both of them took a lot of fall damage, so that was cool. But the thing is that then the Caliban is like approaching her in order to like kill her. Like last time, it's just like she's on the floor, just all kinds of stuff fucked up, and he goes like, here, and I'm gonna kill you. And then she struggled to move her arm, like her suit wasn't fully functioning, but eventually it did. And when it finally did, she managed to land. And the Caliban was distracted, by the way. The hybrid was distracted for like a second, and that's what gave her the time to do it. Like, it was about to kill her, and then he, like, looked away. I don't know what it was looking at. It could have been looked at Venus. Like, what was happening at Venus might have been what gained its attention, because he can, like, feel it. And that's what gave Gunny the time in order to, like, force her arm to move again. And then she just shot it through the head, like a ton. And I'm not sure if those were regular bullets, or, like, the incendiary rounds or whatever, because last episode she was like, how do you guys defeated it? And they were like, well, we had to trick it outside with like some radiation like core or whatever, and then we had to like burn it to nothing with our fucking ship engine. It was like crazy. And then she's like, okay, so I'm gonna need some more like specialized gear. And then she was looking at everything, and it was like, none of this is compatible with my suit. And then she looked at one specific thing and was like, okay, this works. I can use this. And I think it was like incendiary rounds or some shit. I don't know. I don't remember what it was. So I think that maybe she used that. She was saving those, and then she just unloaded that on its fucking brain, and it just melted its brain. And since it lost all motor functions, it's just like, all right, I'm dead. It just died, right? It's like a vampire. Like it can like it's immune to a lot of shit. It can regenerate and shit. It can, like, a lot of things do nothing to it. But if you remove its brain, it's gone. Like the brown molecule, it's not a replacement brain. It's just adapting its already existing brains into something, into a part of like a more neural network, right? It's adapting something that was already there. It's adapting the human form into something else. So if she took out the brain, it just died. Okay, so that's cool. That's cool to know. So, and I think she didn't just shoot the brain. She could have, but I think she just melted it. She just disintegrated that brain with the incendiary round. So that could be cool. That would be cool. I'm not sure exactly if that's what happened, but I think that's what happened, because otherwise, what was that last scene in the previous episode when they're talking about like special ammo and shit? So that, so that was cool. MVP to her for being a badass and defeating a fucking hybrid one-on-one. Nobody has done that before. But Sergeant Gunnery Roberto Draper over here, she did it. She one-on-one it. And now it's like, because the last time, like 11 people with her included were fucked by a hybrid. Then they met the Rosie crew, and they were like, oh yeah, we took out one in our ship. And she's like, what? And now she can be like, I took out one of them on myself. Me, one-on-one, I did it. I didn't bullshit it. I didn't have any help. Because she didn't. She fucking didn't. I didn't have a ship to burn it with. I did it on my own. It was like proper one-on-one fight. She took out the boss fight and she did it alone. So fuck yeah, Gunny. She can boast about that. She can absolutely boast about that. Okay, let's go back to politics. That's the most interesting part about this show. So Anna goes to Esteban, and Esteban is just like, I don't care anymore. I hate my life. And Anna is like, okay, yes, I also hate my life, and I also hate your life. But here's the thing, though. I am here because... not only because I have to show you something, but because I want to do something about what's happening. And and they drop a little bit about what happened in the past, which I wasn't sure of, but they did now. And I'm trying to remember it from memory without looking it up in the episode itself. But I think that what she said was like, so they had like a rally, and they like ran into like the cops or whatever, or they ran into like a base, and Esteban knew that the people, that the soldiers or whatever, had the order to shoot the protesters, and they still did it, which means that he literally sent people to die. And the reason why he did that is because because nothing like a couple martyrs to help a movement. So that helped the movement. Having people die on them helped the movement, because it's a bad press for the soldiers or whatever. Esteban then was like, well, they died for your message. And then she's like, yeah, and I have my part of the blame, but you're the fucking dude that did it. Like, you still send them to die. I didn't know that you did. And I'm sure it was like 32 people or something like that. Like the number she said a couple episodes ago, you know? So that's what happened in their past. That's why they had this fall off. But the thing is that Anna goes, okay, so last time I ran away. Last time I couldn't take it anymore and I ran away. This time though, this time I'm gonna stay. This time I'm gonna stay, and I'm gonna make you make it right. Because last time I ran away and shit got bad because I couldn't take it anymore. Now I'm just gonna suck it up. I'm gonna hate this, but I'm gonna make you do the right thing this time. And then she shows him the message that Christian sent her, and it's the Aaron Wright just admitting treason. And then they just call Aaron Wright and they go like, all right, so we have this message. What the fuck do you have to say for yourself? And he's like, everything I did it for Earth. This motherfucker, he does it for himself. He's full of himself. But I was the real good person here. And then they just go like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Just like, you're gone. Just like, you're out. The thing is that as much as I hate admitting it, there is some truth to what he said, which is Esteban cares too much about his legacy. Because Aaron Wright has been playing him by bringing the legacy card, just like, this is gonna be how people remember you. And that's what fucking fucked him. That's what convinced him to do the things that Aaron Wright was saying. But he doesn't realize that is the problem, because he said that, and then they took him away, and then Esteban goes like, I was gonna be remembered for like the person who fucking caused this war and fucked this war and killed millions of people, but now that's not on me anymore. That's on Aaron Wright. And Anna's like, dude, like, and it's like, yeah, he very quickly shifted the blame to someone else. And yes, it is mostly Aaron Wright's fault, but you're not free of guilt for that either, because you still made decisions that led to that to happen. You still listen to that piece of shit, and you still listen to Anna, and you didn't come up with a decision on your own. You just kind of like listened to what they were saying, and you kept going like, what do I do? And then people die because of it. And the fact that he immediately jumped to like, not my fault, it was him, which is to a degree true, but also he's doing that thing that people do whenever they fuck up and they refuse to acknowledge the reality of things. They refuse to acknowledge the truth that I'm like, I fucked up. I made a mistake. I'm going to grow and become better. as a result of this pain, of this thing that I did wrong. He doesn't acknowledge that. Therefore, he's someone that is just like, well, those 2 million people died, but the person accountable is in jail, so it's fine now. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. And it's like, no, motherfucker, we can go back to before. Before wasn't working. Change needs to happen, and it needs to happen because you realize that you need to change. You can't keep being the same person after this. You need to learn from this and learn, because you need to acknowledge that you had part of the blame here. It wasn't just something that happened as a result of outside forces. You had something to do with it. Therefore, you have part of the blame, and you need to realize that and go like, okay, that's what I did wrong. I'm not going to do it again. That's what I did wrong. I'm going to stop thinking that way. I'm going to change my mentality. He did not. And Anna had that face of like, she was like smiling at first. She was like, I'm proud of you. And then he said that and she was like, he hasn't changed a single bit, doesn't he? He's just the same dumb motherfucker as ever. So that's like, god damn it. So that I want to see where that goes, because Ehrenreich is gone now, okay? But before he left, he dropped vicious mockery on the both of them, on Anna and Esteban. I'm not sure if that's going to do anything. I'm not sure if that's going to matter. But it is true that Esteban is still kind of a dumb piece of shit. Like, Ehrenreich was a mastermind for evil. Esteban is a dumb piece of shit that is trying to protect himself. Like, not in the sense of like, I want to protect myself from the media. It's like, I want to protect my own feelings. Therefore, I'm never going to acknowledge the things that I do wrong, because that makes me feel bad. So I'm just going to keep doing the same shit. And I'm just going to go like, oh, that wasn't my B. That was that guy. It wasn't me. I'm cool. I'm okay. Anyway, and just move on. And Anna is like that. That's a terrible person to have as a leader. That's a terrible person to have as a leader. So that's what goes back to. I'm wondering what this war is gonna turn into now, because I don't know how much of what happened at the Agatha King and the fight with the Hammurabi and all those things. We didn't get to see shit about the Hammurabi though, so they might be okay. So everything that happened there, I'm just like, what is gonna happen with this war? This war storyline we have set up, because Ehrenreich's gone and he was the guy that was pushing for war, and Esteban now knows that he incentivized that war that was just a lie, and what can he? I mean, he can show them the proof of like, this guy said the shit. It could be staged. Mark can choose to believe it or not. But then there's also all that shit happening on the fleets with the Agatha King and all that stuff. So I don't know. Maybe they'll figure out what's happening. Maybe they'll stop this war. Maybe they'll come to some terms or whatever. Even though if they do go back to peace, it's not gonna be peace. It's gonna be like, okay, we're not gonna run at each other down mid anymore. We're not gonna actively try to kill each other, but I'm still gonna point my gun at you because I still don't trust you, motherfucker. That's what it's gonna turn into if the war ends or ceases, I suppose. So I want to know what happens there. Okay, what else happened? So Holden, Amos, and Prax. Well, Amos and Prax split from Holden because Holden was looking at the terminals or whatever and doing intel, and that's fine. That's smart. Amos and Prax ran to the children. Okay. Holden found Zhu Pierre Mao and a guard. And Holden just had them at gunpoint. And the guard tried to get his gun, and Holden just like, fucking bitch, and just killed him immediately. By the way, I was wondering like 2 or 3 episodes ago, like, is Holden part of the like army or whatever? Like, was he part of the army at some point? Like, I was like, he's just a civilian, isn't he? And people have come back to me and told me, no, he was part of the like the Navy or whatever. And I was like, yeah, like,
even in that video, I was like, I might be just remembering he might be part of the Navy, and he was. So people are coming back to me with that, like a while ago already. I just wanted to mention it. I know. So Holden just instantly killed that guard, and he's like, all right, droop your mouth, you fucking son of a bitch. And then droop your mouth is like, James Holden should have known. How do you find me? And it's like, I wasn't fucking looking for you. I was looking for the children. You sick fuck. And Droop Your Mouth is like, you must know that everything that we do here, we did it to understand what's happening on Venus. And then he's like, do you know what's happening on Venus? No. Can you do anything about it? No. And what else did he ask him? It was something else. Where's that scene? I want to find it. Where's that scene? I want to find it. It was a good scene. Can you stop the pods that were launched? And he's like, no, we gave the control to the AI. And he's like, just shut the fuck up. Like, you're worth nothing to me right now. Like, you piece of human feces, you're worth nothing right now. You're experimenting on children to try to understand whatever the fuck is happening. You don't give a shit. You cause arrows. Like, you actually cause arrows. Everything that happened with arrows was your fault. All those people died because of you. Like, fucking Miller died because of you. Fuck you. So he's just like, shut the fuck up. Now grab the like data pads or whatever and just walk. Just get the fuck out of here. So they do that. That's cool. And they just take Droop Your Mouth. And they take him back to the Rosie. And he's just a prisoner there. And they Holden brings him to Abazarala, and he's just like, kneel, bitch. And Abazarala is like, all right, here you are, you son of a fuck. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty rad. I like that. Thing is, the raddest part of this episode, the best part of this episode, was definitely the moment where Prax and Amos get to free the children, and so Strickland is putting all the children here in like this like in this like shuttle with this other like nurse lady. So then they hear people coming, gunshots outside. So they go like, okay, shit, they're coming for us. They're right there. So then they go, okay, what do we do? And then he's like, oh, children, stay here. It's going to be safer for you. So then they go outside, and then the nurse is like, all right, I get it. So we're gonna trade our safety, because otherwise we just launch the children and kill them. And I was like, yeah, that's what he wants to do. It's immediately what I thought. And fucking Strickland is like, okay, yeah, that's totally what we're gonna do. And then the nurse turns her back on him, and he just shoots her in the back. And then Amos and Prax get here, and he's like, it's okay, I killed her. I'm okay too. I'm okay though. I'm cool. I wasn't okay with any of this. I tried to keep the children safe. And then Prax is like, you fucking piece of shit. I know you. I've seen footage of you taking my daughter away from me. I know that it was you, motherfucker. So then he's like, whoa, shit, I wasn't expecting like someone that actually knows me personally to be here. So then he still tried to play the Huey Emmerich card. They're like, no, I'm okay. I did nothing wrong. It wasn't me. So, and then he's like, where's May? And he's like, it's okay, she's here in the shuttle. And then he opens the shuttle, May's there, and it's like, oh, reunion. And that was really touching. That was really nice. Like, Prax finally met with May. They gave a hug, and they talked, and it was great. And May was like, why didn't you come, Daddy? And he was like, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. They hug, and she was like, I love you, Daddy. And that was like, oh, very heartwarming. Then Prax goes, and I really like this. This moment was like one of my favorites ever. And he just goes like, this is Amos. He's my best friend in the whole world. And I immediately look at Amos's face, and Amos was like he was like so shook that Prax would say something like that. And he was like, oh, this is the first time I ever felt love. Like, Amos is such this like hard carcass of someone that has been removed of emotion because of his hard life. So the moment that Prax said that, he was like, it really got me too. It was like, oh my god, because like I immediately knew for Amos to hear something like that, it was like they got him. They really got him, and I love that so much. So
Okay, so that was awesome. And then he's like, all right, so go with him. He's going to take good care of you. And immediately we got worried. I was like, oh, if Prax dies, like it would make sense if Prax died, and it would be like an extra step further for characterization for Amos. And Amos now has to become the dad that takes care of the daughter that Prax left for him, because he honors him, you know, something like that. And he has to learn to become more human and more touching in order to be a good dad. And that would be a really awesome piece of characterization for a character like Amos. And so I got worried. But then Prax is like, all right, I'm just going to kill Strickland. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I have to do it. And I was worried Strickland was going to kill him. But then Amos just stops the gun. And I like that a hand stopped the gun, and I thought it was Prax's hand, but then he was like, no, it's Amos's hand. Amos stopped him. And Amos goes like, you're not that guy, okay? You're not that guy. Don't be like him. You're not gonna do that, okay? You're not that guy. Just go out, get out, go with your daughter. And then immediately, I was like, Amos is gonna turn around, close the door, and say, I am that guy, though. Prax is not that guy. But me? Amos? I am that guy. And he did it. And that made me so happy. That made me so happy that Strickland was like, oh, thank you. Thank you, really. And Amos just closed the door, slowly turned around and went, I am that guy. Just fucking pointed his assault rifle at him and just fucking splattered his brains on the wall. And that made me so happy because I immediately knew what he was gonna do. It was like again, I'm gonna bring Diamond is Unbreakable again, but like there was a really cool moment in Diamond is Unbreakable where a character has the ability to heal people, and a character goes like, I'm injured. You can't beat me up because I'm injured. That would be really dishonorable. And then the character goes like, oh yeah, that would be a really shitty thing to do. Yeah, to beat up someone that is already injured, that cannot fight back. Luckily, I already healed you, so now I can beat the shit out of you and not feel bad about it. And it's great because it's one of those moments where they build up to it and you know exactly what's going to happen. And that's how I felt here. I was like, Amos is going to be like, I am that guy, and just kill him because of Amos. Yeah, he is that guy. He's absolutely that guy. Amos is the shit. I love Amos. And I love what they're doing with Amos. I love the characters that they're putting around Amos and the direction they're taking his character in. Just like, he's becoming more human, which is something I always appreciate in... I think I have a soft spot for characters like that. Characters that begin being like really tough and they become softer through experience and relationships with people and just learning more about the world. They just become softer over time and you get to see it. I think I have a soft spot for that a little bit. I love a character like Kiryu Kazuma from Yakuza. That is a character I really like. And if you play Yakuza 0, you get to... And then subsequent games, you get to see a character that became being like tough and kind of like detached a little bit and just became more understanding and more soft over time. And I love that. I love that so much. Anyway, moving on. I'm getting really sidetracked into reference that only I get. I'm sorry, but I do this a lot. You should know this by now. But, okay, so I love that scene. I love that scene so much. That's like my favorite scene in the episode. The fact that Amos just off Strickland right there. I'm like, yeah, you die. You Tony Hawk looking piece of garbage. Like, you need to go. And I like that it wasn't Prax who did it. And I like that Amos stopped him because he was like, Prax, you're a good person. You cannot do this. I'm gonna do it though. I'm absolutely gonna do it because this guy needs to go. Some people need to fucking go, dude. I love that so much. Anyway, so that was my favorite scene. I like the whole reunion that they had, you know. Prax and May. And we see a little bit of it near the end. We also see some good old fucking between Holden and Naomi. We get to see Naomi's ass, so I suppose that's something. And they talk about, he's like, you're going back, right? And she's like, I have to. It's about time or something like that. So I suppose she's going to Taiko, but I'm thinking she might go back to try and find her child that she lost or whatever. Like, that could be a thing. Prax is tucking May into bed. That is fantastic. I love seeing that. Here's the thing I want to bring up is that I said it during the reaction, but like previous episode, they were strapping May in to inject her, and we didn't get to see if they did it or not. It would be a little bit weird to inject her as people are storming in, just like, oh, continue the experiment. So maybe they didn't do it. But I got worried because in the episode, so they talked to Strickland and they were like, you're doing this shit. And May told them, yeah, he injected Katoa with some blue stuff and something bad happened to him. And they go like, all right, fuck you. But then he goes, did he inject you with that too? And then she didn't answer the question. She moved on the subject into something else. I don't remember what she said, but she said something different. She said, let me go back at it. Did they hurt you like they hurt Katoa? And Strickland responds, of course not. And Emmett goes like, shut the fuck up. And then May says, why didn't you come get me? So she doesn't actually answer the question. So I'm worried she might be protomoleculed up. She might not be, because again, it would be a little bit weird to inject someone with the experiment shit as people are storming into our building. So maybe they didn't do it, but we didn't get to see whether or not they did or didn't. So I'm worried about that. Also, there's protomolecule in the Rosie, by the way. That happened. We saw that like one scene for like 5 seconds, like 5 episodes ago. More, probably. Like, that happened. So we need to keep bringing attention to that, because at one point it's going to become relevant. And I don't know in which way. But anyway, so that's there. And I like how much people there's on the Rosie now. I like that the Rosie is becoming this sheep of I don't want to say of peace, but kind of like it's like in fucking Gundam. There's one ship that is just like, this is the good ship. All the badasses that we met along the way that are coming to stop the war or whatever is meeting in this ship. And it's like, we had the Rosie crew. Then Prax joined in. Now the children are joining in. Fucking Avasarala is here. Fucking Gunny is here. Now we have fucking Jupiter Mao in the ship. It's like, it's so much cool shit is happening in the Rosie. I love that. I love that so much. And at the end of the episode, we do get our end of episode stinger, which is some bullshit is coming off of Venus. Some fucking bullshit is coming off of Venus. It looks like a fucking giant Medusa. Well, it's not. Is it? I want to get a better look at it. I cannot tell if the things at the bottom are part of it, or if there were just wires to launch it further, and it's just like a sphere. I cannot tell if is it just a sphere, or if it has like tails on it. I cannot tell. But this looks awesome. This looks fucking awesome, dude. So that's what the protomolecule was building this entire time. It was building this like giant orb or whatever. And I said it in the reaction, this should remind me of Gundam 00 so much. In Gundam 00, so spoilers for the Gundam 00 movie, which is the final bit of Gundam 00. But in that movie, there is essentially the plot becomes some alien bullshit is happening, and it's coming at us, it's coming for Earth, and we need to try and understand it. And it looks exactly like this. It looks exactly like this. It was like some metal shit that came off of, I believe it was Jupiter. It was some metal shit that came off of Jupiter, and it like through like the clouds of the planet, it was something that was emerging off of it, and it was like a bunch of wires, and I think it held like a ball, and it launched the ball into space. And I think that became a planet. It became like a construction over time, and then it became this. I don't remember exactly how it went, but it looked exactly like this. It looked exactly like this. This should remind me of Gundam 00 so much. So what I'm wondering now, if it's the plot of this show just going to be the plot of the Gundam 00 movie, except across multiple novels. That could be something interesting to do. That would be really fun. I'm really getting into that. By the way, in the planet, in Venus, in the hole that this thing left, I see that there's like lightning happening in it. So I want to know what Venus looks like right now, where this thing came from. But I also want to know what the fuck this thing is. Is this a satellite? Is it a new planet? Is it a moon? Is it what is it a spaceship? Like, does that thing have things inside of it that is trying to transport? What is its purpose? What is its goal? We know it has one. We just don't know what it is. So I don't know. Like that shit looks rad as shit. And I like that Amos is like, what the fuck is that shit? So that's great, and I love that. And yeah, I cannot wait for next. Okay, I know this fucking show. Next episode, they're not gonna tell me what the fuck that is. They're not, because they're not gonna know what it is. But we're not gonna get like any answers about that shit. We're just gonna get character being like, what's happening in it? What was that? And then we're just not gonna get answers for like another 10 episodes, probably. Well, maybe less than that. Maybe like 6. Because the thing is that, like, the first book ended with the Aero Station shit and Venus becoming the like protomolecule central, right? So this entire novel was like what is happening in Venus, and then at the end we get like, oh, this shit is coming off of Venus. So maybe at the end of the third book we're gonna get another like, this is what it's doing, and it's like, okay, so maybe at the end of every book is gonna become a matter of like, this is the protomolecule's goal or purpose of this is what it's doing or some shit like that. Maybe that can be it. But anyway, I think that was it for this episode. It's also getting really late for me. It's like midnight, dude. Like, I need to stop. I need to stop talking loudly about some random ass show. But yeah, that was it for this episode of The Expanse, and I suppose that was the end of the second novel, I believe. Dude, the fact that so if I've been informed correctly, the first novel was from the beginning of season 1 to halfway through season 2, which was the Aero Station shit happening with Miller and Julie Mao dying. And the second book has been since the episode after that to here, which was a full season, I suppose. Like half of a season and half of another. Which means that if I've been informed correctly, the third novel is just half of a season that we have right here. Which means that it's just getting twice as fast not twice as fast as third time, but definitely twice as fast here. In how much how much the episodes get adapted, given the novels could be shorter. That could just be it. The novel could just be shorter. So we'll see how the pacing goes for these upcoming episodes, but I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. I want to know what the fuck is happening. Every time it's just like, what the fuck is happening? But a lot of cool shit happened in this episode, I'll tell you what. So that was rad. So yeah, I'm glad nobody died. Nobody that mattered died. And some people that deserved to die died. But yeah, Kodiar died, so that's an F. But Aaron Wright got taken away. That was cool. Fucking Katoa got turned and died, I suppose. That kind of sucks, but you know, what are you gonna do? But we got May back. And we have Jean-Pierre Mao as a prisoner now. Vazarala just can step on him all she wants. And Amos is now Prax's best friend in the whole world, so that's pretty nice. And yeah, just a bunch of cool shit happened. So yeah, I'm just gonna end it here. And yeah, that's it for this episode of The Expanse. It was fantastic. I'm happy I'm doing this, and I'm glad you were here to watch it as well. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching this reaction episode of The Expanse. If you would like to see next one, it should already be up on Patreon, as well as full length. Check out the links in the description where the Patreon is in, and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye.